He said her name in his sleep again. Soft, familiar, like a bruise pressed too many times. I lay beside him in the dark, my eyes open, the ceiling sharpening into shape as the line between dream and truth thinned. He whispered it a second time, barely a breath, but enough to slice the night clean. Her name. Not mine, not ours, hers. The woman he once loved. The ghost he held inside him for 10 years. The absence I could never compete with. I watched the rise and fall of his chest, steady and untroubled, while something inside me shifted, quietly, a hinge turning, a lock clicking open. The kind of sound you feel more than hear. I didn't wake him, I didn't even move, I just listened. Because the tone in his voice told me everything. Not yearning, not regret, expectation. As if he knew she was coming back, as if he'd been waiting for it. And in that still room, while he slept, dreaming of a life that didn't include me, I felt something hollow out in my chest. Something I had spent years stitching together. The silence tasted different after that. He breathed her name, and something in me stopped breathing altogether. He admitted it 3 days later, almost casually, as if the truth were a harmless thing. She reached out, he said. Just that. Sitting across from me at the kitchen table, fingers wrapped around a mug he didn't drink from, eyes avoiding mine. Her. The woman who left him a decade ago. The one he built his heartbreak around. The one he spoke of like a chapter that never properly ended. I stayed perfectly still. Inside, denial flickered for half a second, then died. When? I asked. Last week. Last week. Meaning, before the sleep-talking. Meaning, after years of pretending he'd moved on. Meaning, while he kissed me, touched me, held me, another name pulsed beneath his skin. I watched him shift in his chair, guilt moving through him like a shadow crossing a wall. She just wanted to talk, he said. Closure. A lie dressed as something gentle. I nodded once, because I already recognized the shape of the trail. It always starts. Always. The kitchen light hummed above us. His hands trembled slightly around the mug. I knew then that he wasn't telling me everything. Not even close. The next week, I became a quiet observer in my own life. I noticed the way he left his phone face down, how he stepped outside to take calls he didn't label as calls, how his voice changed, lighter, younger, when he thought I couldn't hear him. I didn't confront him, I didn't flinch, I didn't give him any reason to hide better. People tell you betrayal feels like a blow. They're wrong. It feels like clarity. Cold, precise clarity. I started collecting the pieces. Phone records, deleted messages, a hotel reservation under his initials and hers, and a photo, blurry but unmistakable, of them sitting too close in a cafe he once said he hated. Every clue tightened something inside me. Not anger, not heartbreak, resolve. I moved through the days with surgical calm, sleeping beside him, smiling when expected, speaking gently. He didn't suspect a thing. He thought he was rewriting his life story. He didn't realize I was already writing the final chapter. The truth arrived in an email late Thursday night, an itinerary confirming 2 tickets to the city where she lived, departing in 3 days. 1 room booked, 1 bed. I stared at the screen for a long time. Not surprised, just done. I printed it, folded it once, set it on the dining table like a letter from a surgeon. He came home an hour later, saw the paper, stopped breathing. "What is this?" he asked. But I didn't answer his question. Instead, I asked mine. Is this why she came back? Or is this why you never really left her? His face collapsed, a slow implosion. His lips parted, but no sound followed. I watched it all with eerie calm. He tried to explain, stumbling, desperate, but every word only confirmed what I already knew. I was a placeholder, a decade-long pause between chapters, a warm body he borrowed while waiting for a ghost to return. His voice cracked. Mine never did. I packed while he begged. Clothes folded with surgical precision, drawers emptied without hesitation. My silence carved deeper than any scream could. When I finished, I handed him the keys he once said symbolized our future. You waited 10 years for her, I said. Now you don't have to wait anymore. He reached for me, pathetic, trembling. I stepped back. The moment held a strange beauty, the realization blooming across his face that he had finally gotten what he wanted and lost what he never expected to lose. You can go to her, I added quietly. Just remember you had me, and you chose a memory instead. His knees buckled. I walked out. Life after him feels unnervingly light, like stepping out of a room where the air was slowly poisoning me. I don't hate him. You only hate what still owns you. I simply see him now, small, unfinished, chained to a past I outgrew long before he realized it. He thought choosing her would resurrect something beautiful. Instead, it exposed everything broken. I'm living clean, sharp, whole. And him? He's living with the truth. A truth he whispered in his sleep before he ever admitted it out loud. I was never the one he chose. I was the one who finally walked away. And that is what ruined him.